I pray that you are given the gift of prayer, not only for you, but for your family and for everybody until Jesus comes back and we have a whole new world to live in. But I pray that you will take time to pray. You can do it while you're eating, when you're shopping, shower, watch a movie with friends, even when somebody's talking. Most of the time, you know, it'd be great if somebody would just pray for them, even while they're talking. Whether you know them or you don't know them, you never know how it's going to help. Um, Here's a couple examples. I worked overnight last night, so I was praying for my friend, and she had a test coming. And I texted her about 3:30 in the morning. Hey, I'm praying for you. She's like, oh, great, because I have to take the state test today because she wants her real estate license and do other things. And you know what? I had no clue. I didn't know how to pray for her, Lord. I just give her to you. Anything she needs, Lord, be with her, watch over her, comfort her, just anything. And then the other one was um, I just kept feeling on my heart to call my friend Deb, and I was praying for her, and come to find out she had COVID. And I called her. I didn't want to call her because I'm on my way to work, and I'm not sure if she's still at work or working late. And I still ended up calling, and I just felt such an inkling from the Lord, to do that. And that's another thing. Follow those inklings in prayer. Let Him pray through you. Let Him bring you to be a part of whatever ministry or other people's lives um, through prayer. Through prayer, it lets that person know that God's thinking of them. And that could be that saving moment. That could be that 1 minute of hope that's going to help them for years and years and years to come. It also, when you share, if you're led to share, if God tells you to share, or if you want to share, however that works with you and God, and you're growing in your faith, share. Share because it helps that person have a testimony. It helps builds their faith. If you really want to exercise faith, pray. That's another, I think, secret. I don't know if anybody else knows, is to do that, because you could have, this is my dog Buddy, because sorry guys, this creates such a testimony. When my kids were little, I used to have this big large paper you use for wrapping paper and things like that, and I would tape it to the fridge or the living room, and we would write answered prayers. So ever since my kids were little, we would pray something, and then we would put the date that it was answered, that we prayed for it, and that it happened. And that built my kids' testimony and their faith to hope for something, to pray for something, and that it does actually happen. And when it does actually happen, you build trust with God and yourself, and your ability to pray and the power of prayer, that it does happen. And I'm not going to tell you that everything happens overnight. It doesn't. Um, some we might see, some we might not see. But the whole point of it is that we're being obedient, and we're using all the tools that the Lord gave us. And we're not just praying just things just for ourselves or for our family, praying for our community, praying for our animals, praying for the land, praying for the weather. This is one thing that upsets me the most that we don't do, just because it challenges me, that I didn't think of it. But the only time I pray for doctors, we always get a prayer request from church or something, or church bulletin, and it would say, oh, lift them up, they're at the doctor's, or they have an appointment coming up, or cancer or diabetes, or something, pancreas cancer, anything. So those are the only times I really pray for the doctors and the nurses in the hospital. And you know what? I was ended up working, in a grocery store, and my boss's mom was actually a doctor. And I got to talk to her. I got to get to know her as a customer, always coming in. And you know what? I don't know why I put them on the shelf and just didn't really pray for them specifically. Pray for all the doctors, the nurses, the lawyers, the police, the president, the Senate, your pastors, preachers, teachers, your children's teachers, students. The list is endless. What really brought to heart with my mind when God was training me, I would get, this is way back in the day, over 20 years ago, I would get the phone book, and I would start praying for everybody name by name. I would just lift them up. I wouldn't know, really anything about them. I would just lift them up. And here's another thing. Sometimes you may not know how to pray for somebody. Pray until you do. Worship until you do. And just let God lead you. Something where if I don't know how to pray for somebody, I would say, Lord, I give them to you. I pray they give you the attention that you deserve. I pray, Lord, that you get your payback. Because you have to understand the Lord is investing in us. He's done more than a deposit than with Jesus Christ. I mean, that's more than enough. I don't think we need anything else more than that, than your own child's life being taken for somebody else you love. I mean, there's no other hardship, heartbreak. He's invested. God is invested in you. I'm invested in you. The Lord leads me to be here for you and to talk to you, to minister to you, to hold you, to pray for you, to think about you, to put you at the forefront, to help you succeed. So pray. It's very, very, very important to pray and practice prayer, especially if you're struggling in your faith. Keep track of your prayers, or any way that you are you, whether it's writing or song, however you keep track. If you're analytical, my husband, he has like Excel sheets he's just always into. Some things are so funny to us about each other, but be gentle with each other, because we never know, how much courage it took somebody to share. So be very gentle with your words. Pray for people as much as you can. More than you talk to them, pray for them. And if you're going to talk to them, pray for them. Because their influence can be on you and your influence can be on them. And the only reason that you're still here, in my opinion, is that you're not ready for God, or God has you getting somebody ready. I've never seen it without any other reasons. So we all still have some time left here. Let's make the most of it. Thank you.